Hello everyone, Fine Minale here. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day so far. For today's video, I want to do something a bit different, Usually I do like voiceover videos and kind of stuff, but I kind of want to talk directly to you guys because this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now. And it's going to be a serious video when I'm holding a lavalier microphone, something you put in your shirt, I'm holding in my hands. That's how you know it's going to be a serious video. So, we are approaching the summertime, which means that Horror Nights is just right around the corner. And what's even closer around the corner is announcement season. In fact, the Horror Nights accounts are already posting like cryptic messages about like what's to come for this year's Horror Nights, so I'm really excited for that. But with all this buzz surrounding all these breadcrumbs that we've been given recently, I think it would be a perfect time to talk about something that's been on my mind for quite a while, and that is the rumors. Not just for the rumors for this year, but just like rumors for Horror Nights in general. So for those of you that are more casual fans of Horror Nights or are not exactly in the loop of like what exactly is coming or like what's rumored to be coming for this year, usually like around like this time, like early in the year, that's when reliable sources like say like, oh, like I heard from like a couple sources that like so and so is coming to Horror Nights, and about like 80 to 90% of the time, I want to say, it ends up being true. And this usually happens around like every like speculation season, which is like around like January to like May or until like the first like May gets announced. I think like just for HHN 25, some rumors have already made like a big buzz like as early as December, which I think is like the earliest I've seen like people say like, oh, so and so is coming to Horror Nights supposedly. And like all this talk about like rumors and like speculation maps that people make from like stuff they heard from like forums or Discord servers has really got me thinking like, would you consider this like real speculation? Like if we're going by just like rumors from like unnamed sources, are we really speculating anything? Like does that take away from like legitimate like guessing and say like and like educated wishes and stuff like that? All this talk about speculation and rumors and stuff like that has me asking myself this one question that I've asked myself for quite a while. And I thought it'd be about time to ask you guys this question. Do rumors and leaks for Halloween Horror Nights ruin speculation season? And before you guys start arguing in the comment section, the whole point of this video is not to give a definitive answer. There's no clear yes or no. In my eyes, I think there are like pros and cons of like all these rumors showing up around speculation season. And I want to talk with you guys about that. Now say hypothetically, you're the person that's like anti-rumor and anti-leaks. That's like, oh my god, I just hate when the surprise is ruined for me from like these reliable sources. Let's say hypothetically you had that mentality. Now, why would anybody be against rumors and leaks and stuff like that? Wouldn't that make people more excited for Horror Nights? Well, let's talk about this. Yeah, you're hearing all these cool and crazy rumors during speculation season, but when announcement season hits, it can make things pretty tedious. What do I mean by that? Let me give you an example. Say, like X, Y, and Z gets announced. Well, not announced, but rumored, and then A, B, and C also gets rumored like shortly after. And then once Horner starts posting like cryptic messages, or when John Murdy is like, "Oh, by the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this becomes," like all that stuff starts to happen, people get like excited and giddy. And then when something involving Hornets does get revealed, but it's not what we were expecting, it kind of makes us feel like like very impatient and getting like a little bit on the frustrating side. Which goes back to my reasoning of like what speculation actually really is. And my definition of speculation, it means like like guessing of like what's to come and trying to like connect the dots for yourself regarding what's to come for HHN. But if you have all these rumors from like all these sources and stuff, speculation becomes less of a guessing game and more of like waiting for confirmation during announcement season. And like I said, people get very impatient when certain bases don't get announced or confirmed. So say X, Y, and Z that was rumored is confirmed to be coming to Horror Nights. People will be like, oh yeah, that's cool and all. X, Y, and Z is like announced. But when are you gonna announce A, B, and C? A, B, and C, like, and then like you just spend the whole like announcement season just waiting for A, B, and C to be announced. So instead of spending announcement season being like, ooh, I wonder what's to come for Horror Nights next. I wonder what they're gonna announce next. It just becomes like a waiting game. Be like, okay, Terrifier, yeah, that's cool enough. But when are you gonna announce Five Nights at Freddy's? Five Nights at Freddy's, oh, that's cool. But when are you gonna announce Fallout? Oh, but when are you gonna announce yada yada yada? Like, yeah, when all these rumors start to come out, people already have like a mental list of like what they're most like, hyped for and what they're least hyped for, and like all the announces that were rumored and then confirmed that they were less excited for. Like, man, like when are they gonna announce so and so? So yeah, it just makes people very impatient during announcement season. Also, there have been plenty of times where something gets rumored early on during speculation season and it actually never comes to the event. Whether the sources think it's one thing but it ends up being something entirely different, whether it was set to come but like something happened with the rights, or it was just never like a legitimate source and they just pull something out of their ass, like whatever the case is, like it just doesn't come up to Horror Nights. These sources always say to take everything with a grain of salt, so they're not outright saying like, oh yeah, this is for sure coming. They always warn everybody to take everything with a grain of salt, but some people don't like to do that for some whatever reason. And then people who were looking forward to said like rumored maze, they end up getting very disappointed. Like, oh man, I really wanted to see so and so, but now instead we get this and this. Like, so yeah, a lot of people sending the subs up for disappointment because like, oh, the Dippin' Dots vendor told me that Horror Nights is gonna bring a Jabberwocky's maze, and they don't have a Jabberwocky's maze, and now I'm sad. And I think overall, just you can make the argument that like the rumors and leaks in general are just very disheartening for the crew behind Halloween Horror Nights. They pour all their heart and soul and their blood, sweat, and tears into creating all these like like creatures and like all this like amazing like set design, and like they're trying to like put up like the best event possible while keeping everything under wraps. Because if you like ruin the surprise early, like that's just kind of like very disheartening for the Hornets crew. Like you could try to put yourself in the shoes of the people that make these mazes. You don't think that would be kind of like bummed out that everything that they worked so hard to like to keep under wraps, like is just like slowly revealed by like people from the internet and forums and Discord servers and all that? Yeah, I would imagine like if I were in that position, I'd be pretty bummed out. Now, let's turn the tables and give yourself the mentality that no, rumors and leaks don't ruin speculation. In fact, they help enhance speculation season and make speculation season much more fun. Now, why would someone think like that? Well, let's talk about that too. Now, if you guys are OGs and have been going to Horror Nights since like the early days, since like the 2010s and stuff, you would know that during speculation season, John Murdy would always give out like special clues and stuff. In particular, he would give out code names for like all the treatments that he would write for all of his houses, and people would like try to guess, and like he would give out clues. Some of them would even be like red herrings, and then like people would try to like decipher what the clues mean, and like looking like that one meme with Charlie Day with like all the pinpoints and like all the like papers and stuff behind him in the wall. That's pretty much like old school HHN fans trying to decipher all the code names. I believe like Horror Nights in Orlando too. Sometimes they would always give out like snapshots of like behind the scenes like snippets, obviously like with houses still under construction, so you wouldn't know what it is, but then like they will always try to like let the people on social media try to figure out like, ooh, what could this be? Like, oh man, I'm really hyped for that. Now if you look at social media nowadays, Horror Nights doesn't really do all that. Neither does John Murdy. He doesn't even give out code names anymore. Now this is due to a number of things, like Orlando has like other priorities, and John Murdy, he lives in Ireland, so like he's like out there being a dad and stuff, so he can't honestly like be like chronically online all the time, like giving out code names and stuff. I think it just mostly boils down to Universal Studios in both Hollywood and Orlando just taking priority over Horror Nights and would rather talk about like what they think is more exciting, more relevant during like the spring and summertime. Prime example, Orlando just revealed Epic Universe. Obviously, their focus is all shifted on Epic Universe, like during like the beginning of the year, like in January, February, March, April. Like they didn't have like any time to talk about like anything Horror Nights related. It was just all Epic Universe, and understandably so, because it's like a brand new park. I know Universal Studios in Hollywood like announced like their whole slate of all the events that's gonna happen year round, and just recently they had a Universal Fan Fest night, so like they had to like prioritize that over like like Horror Nights breadcrumbs and stuff. And again, like there's nothing wrong with that. But for those like weird HHN freaks that don't care about FanFest or Epic Universe, are just like stuck at home saying like, I wonder if these rumors are true. Universal hasn't really said anything about Horror Nights. A lot of us fans like to talk about the HHN madness all year long. Now you guys may think like earlier in this video I was speaking ill of like all the reliable sources that like allegedly that tease for what's to come, like what's allegedly coming to Horror Nights. But I generally do believe that like all these like sources don't do it because of ill intent, not because they're like mad at Universal or they're boycotting Universal, like, oh, let's just reveal the whole lineup like out of spite. No, I really do think like they reveal all this information, like supposed information, out of love. You know, I think they understand that like speculation isn't as like exciting as it was nowadays. So I guess maybe that's why they all get together, try to get people talking online. yes, you could argue that like it becomes less of like a guessing game, more of like a, oh, here's what I heard from so and so, like, and I heard from another source about the same thing, but they're not so sure about whatever, whatever. You could argue that it's not quote unquote real speculation, but you can't lie. It gets the people going. People still make YouTube videos about the speculation maps. And again, not everything is 100% confirmed. Nothing's ever really outright leaked, especially not early on this season. So for the most part, these rumors are like, like mostly harmless. Aside from something getting legitimately leaked, the worst that can happen is just like Universal neither confirming or denying all the rumors online. So yeah, these are all the arguments that can be made for like, like pro rumors and leaks. Well, not leaks, but just pro rumors. Now, if y'all are wondering what stance that I'm personally on, uh, I don't know, like either like yes, rumors are ruining speculation, or no, it's not. It's kind of hard to answer that because again, like as I listed for the reasons why, like it's kind of like understandable for both sides. Like I remember when I first got into like Horror Nights, again, like speculation was like super popping, like John Murdy with his codenames, and like we as a collective on the internet would like always try to like decipher like what could this mean, and all the little clues he would give out, we would try to like figure it out. Some people would already like figure it out like on the first go, which is funny. And then you have like all these little snippets and like puzzles and such, like just keep us all guessing, like, ooh, I wonder what's coming. And like all that was exciting, man. I think in a perfect world, if Universal like keeps doing that, that I would not complain at all because like it's so much fun. But again, both Universal parks don't really have the time to do all that stuff anymore because they're expanding upon themselves. They're not just the theme park for Horror Nights. For a while, Halloween Horror Nights was like their biggest moneymaker, and like and it's not hard to see why. It's their bread and butter. But they didn't really like try to do anything outside of that. They just relied on HHN. But these past couple of years, they're really trying to like go outside the box with like these new events and like obviously with the new theme park and stuff. So it is completely understandable about why Universal isn't as fixated as Horror Nights as they were in the past. Because they have more than Horror Nights nowadays. But part of me still yearns for that like old school like speculation, like trying to decipher all the clues and stuff. Maybe it's just like the nostalgia in me, just like reminiscing about like all that stuff, all the old school speculation. But yeah. So yeah, as far as like my answer on my like if rumors and leaks like ruin speculation, it's kind of hard to answer that. It's not as black and white as it may seem. I understand like both sides of the argument. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think rumors ruin speculation and just like you end up getting like frustrated with like all these rumors, like whether it be like because certain rumors don't come to fruition or because like you think it's like disheartening for the HHN crew to like have everything on the wraps just to be like revealed on the internet? Or are you pro rumor and think that rumors like keep speculation season alive nowadays? Let me know down in the comment section. I'm always open for healthy discussions. That's gonna be a wrap on today's video. I know I just wanted to make it like a quick little like random like out of the blue video. This is like a last minute thing that like this question has been like itching on my mind for a while, and I wanted to ask myself and like ask you guys as well. If you like what you saw, go ahead and click the like button. If you want to see more Horror Nights content like this, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you stuck around to the very end of the video, thank you so much for watching. And if you're wondering what I'll be doing next, you can always find me in LA.